YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey with Watcher Realms. Now, I wanted to go ahead and just kind of look at something because I haven't really had a chance to do a separate deep dive into comms that I'm not personally attacking. So, what I want to do is I want to go through this Ezra's team because something did not go well for whatever reason. I want to see like how did the team function, what worked, what didn't work, and then kind of theory craft the proper way to go and beat it. So as it stands, this is top 3 Overlord, top 4 Overlord, depending on who you're like talking to. But just in general, right? This is going to be the team comp. It's Ezrith over here in this little corridor. You got Boreas, not Boreas, Brokir. It's been a long day. Velise, Beelzebub, and then Erlis. So let's just go ahead, see what's going on here. We had one guildmate successfully beat it, and then a couple losses, and then, it is what it is. Let's go ahead. Let's see what the proper attempt was and why it worked, and then go from there. So obviously Grotesque Fiend, Rats, Dog, Speed Dude, and then what was the final unit here? Grotesque Fiend. So let's see what it is. Naturally, whenever Ezra spawns up, he's going to have 2 stacks. So he's going to do 2 AoE hits, and then subsequently he's going to swap forms into the World Destroyer or Devourer mode, and then he's going to consume summons as well. First thing I noticed is he has Frigid Flame, so that means he's going to have a high damage right out the gate, because nothing is going to hit him in this current tile. So the second thing is he's going to go ahead and hit right here, which is fine, anticipated. He's going to do a second one, and then he's going to swap modes. He's going to consume a summon. That's all within the first initial couple of seconds there. So he goes into 2 stacks. So it's interesting. It's the A3 becomes my first question. Because of that mechanic. So let's go backwards and let's just see. Elijah and Epitaph on Erlis as well. So let's see here. He's going to do 1 hit. Let me just kind of speed this up. He's going to do the first hit. He's going to do the second hit right about now. And wipe it. Then he's going to consume a summon. And he gets 2. Okay, whatever. I think he may be A3 at that point. That could be it. Now the next thing is we have the Beelzebub ultimate. So Brokir is not going to get any kind of benefits from this because he's not a cultist unit. He's not going to get that damage reduction. However, the units that are getting buffed up in this case is going to be that Ezerith and that Velise. They're both getting buffed because of the Beelzebub ultimate here. And then secondly, Ezerith goes ahead and consumes another stack. He just went ahead and consumed it. He has the option of consuming it from Beelzebub or through Velise. And what the guildmate is doing is he's dropping the Rats right about now. Whole goal, I can tell, is to go ahead and take out the Brokir. Because if he takes out the Brokir successfully, the demons aren't going to go ahead and path and hit Ezerith. They're actually, in 99% of cases, they're actually supposed to ignore him. So let's see what that interaction exactly looks like here. So the Grotesque Fiend gets pulled behind the Brokir. And that's one interaction that he probably didn't want. The Rats actually get one-shotted by the Ezerith in that particular tile. So they didn't get to really give any buffs over to the Grotesque Fiend. So he's still in the same stacks. There we go. So that's the interaction that goes ahead and makes this a win, I imagine. Because what happens is the Beelzebub pulls the Grotesque Fiend behind the Brokir, which is a possible interaction. And what happens is the Grotesque Fiend, because he's getting juggled between the Brokir and the Ezerith, he actually swapped targets over and hit the Ezerith and killed him. Because I believe what happened is he hits him, triggers Erlis, hits him a second time, takes him down. At this point, it's a pretty easy win because there's not going to be enough damage overall to go ahead and contend with a Grotesque Fiend just free hitting on this Brokir. So what will happen is the Guildie is probably going to drop a rotation of Grotesque Fiend, which he does. Then he's going to drop the Rats, if anything. Interaction. Beelzebub pulls the Grotesque Fiend off of the Brokir. So that's one thing. So that's a free score. These are going to come in here. Perfect timing too, because they're probably going to die just in time for the Beelzebub ultimate. So they die. And they're going to heal up this Grotesque Fiend perfectly. And then subsequently, this Grotesque Fiend is going to wail on this Brokir. And our guildmate is in a perfect position, not only because we have the speed guy right here, he also has double dogs. So he's just going to go ahead and stack up here. Double dogs. Fear the win. Because these are going to go ahead and get some damage on them. But genuinely speaking, all these other units have passed through. So it doesn't even matter. Like a very, very consistent opportunity for a win here. That's how it works. They take the damage, but literally didn't even matter. Guildmate was able to get kind of lucky because the Beelzebub was pulling the Fiend behind. If Ezra doesn't die there, I think this looks completely different. And actually might be why these are fails. So let's go ahead and see. Because they basically rerun the same strategy, but I want to see if that interaction is something that you can necessarily count on, because that seemed a little bit tricky. Auto fight, no more. So let's see what happens. They do the exact same thing, the exact same build up. They get taken down. The rats spawn up. Pull this down here. They get pulled behind. The Grotesque Fiend does. Same interaction. All of this is the same. But does the Grotesque Fiend swap over to the Ezrith? That's the real question. And it didn't. I think that might be the interaction. It makes me wonder what the position requirement is for that to be consistent. Okay. So all this is pretty standard. This gets pulled, it gets juggled. I think this is the intended interaction of the team, where it juggles the Grotesque Fiend perfectly between Ezrith and the Brokir. So, let's go backwards. Because I'm actually like really, really curious as to why that happens. I'll watch it one last time. The successful attempt. What causes it? Alright, so let's go ahead. See what it looks like here. Speed this up. Bugs, Grotesque Fiend, right now. Give it some cost. Ezrith one shots. Rats right about now. And I would go ahead and drop them. Alright, so here it is, right? It gets pulled. What causes it? Here's a juggle. He's stuck. I know what it is. I think once it gets to this tile, let me restart this. What's the exact timing on that? Is there a ult timer? Who has a... We're going to use Erlis as our point of reference here. So if we go ahead and we drop Grotesque Fiend, what was that? 180? Let's see. Speed this up. Slow it down. Erlis is at 180. Okay. So if we drop the Grotesque Fiend at 180, Erlis cost, what happens? See this? They get pulled through. So that's the interaction 180 Erlis cost. Because nothing else matters. That's the only cost that matters. Alright, so 180. And then let's see when our teammate dropped it. And see what the difference is. Because if it is required to be at that 180 mark, then that's how you do it consistently. To get behind. Let's have this go. Go ahead and drop the bugs at 10 cost. Erlis is going to proc her ult. And then do we drop a 180 again? That's the real question. Hmm. It did drop a 180, just about. Why did it fail? Interesting. Pulls. Is it because it gets stunned? Because it passed behind. That is so interesting. I'm so determined. I don't even know like why, but I'm determined. Like why does that happen? Because that wasn't a juggle. So something had to have caused it. Unless it's just really RNG. And if it's RNG, then good God. Let's see what's going on here. Because I know there was a stun that happened. Not here. Right here is when the stun happened. So that stun is replicated. The pull happens here. Oh, is that it? Dude, is that it? It's literally because it gets stunned. That's wait a second. Okay, let's kind of go backwards. Go backwards. Because this is a success. What happens is Grotesque Fiend runs down, gets stunned right here. Then it goes through here, he gets pulled. But this entire time, it looks like it's just getting stun locked. And because it gets stun locked, it swaps targets. That's okay. Now let's go backwards and see the fail attack. Good God. All right. Is it because of a stun lock? Because if it is, then that's RNG. That means this team is really nasty. Let's speed this up. Just 3.5 speed. Grotesque Fiend. All this is the exact same. Stun happens right here. Goes through, gets pulled. Yep, that's literally it. That's literally it. The difference is the Grotesque Fiend got stunned one extra time on the pullback. And because of it, it actually swapped to the Ezreath. RNG. So this team is absolutely disgusting. Because yeah, it really just comes down to RNG. And even then, it comes down to if you have the BP to even deal with it. But that's a nice little interaction. Anyways, that was a little bit of a deep dive into one of the at least premier initial meta comps that has Ezreath as a keep. We've only beat it one time so far. Well, since this literally just happened, let's watch it. What happened? Um, this literally just happened. All right, let's see what happens here. Go ahead and drop 10 cost. Close down. 10 cost 180 Earless. Grotesque Fiend is dropped. Perfect timing on that. Let's see what happens. Ezreath hits him again. They all die. Stun happens here. It gets pulled. One stun. Unlucky. That legit looks like unlucky because they never swap targets. Wow. This team is a disaster. It just seems like so RNG based off the pull from Beelzebub and whether the Grotesque Fiend's AI system, or not AI, but like targeting system swaps it. It might not even be stun related. It might legit just be RNG. Yeah, because it doesn't even swap. Fascinating. This dies because Veliz ult. Damn. GG. This team is disgusting. Definitely worth stealing. Anyways, see ya.